Welcome back to... Hold on, let me just check this is on. Are we live? Are we live? Hold on a second. I seem to be ridiculously loud today. Hello, 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 hello. I think I'm going to blow somebody's ears out like this at the moment. So 1 second, let me try and fix this. Hello, hello, hello. Is that better? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, testing. Hello, testing. Bloody hell, this is loud. Uno secundo. Right, it should be a little bit better now. Yeah, I just didn't want to blow out anybody's eardrums. Anyway, not a great start. Hopefully the game goes a little bit better than the start to this. Yes, welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome. I'm going to say Killian. Is it Killian or Cillian? I think it's Killian. Welcome Maxine, welcome Freddie, welcome Jay, welcome Harley. Yes, good evening everyone. Harley saying just started a new job, a 12-hour shift. Hope Leeds cheer him up. Yeah, I hope they cheer you up as well, mate. Hopefully it's a big game for us and we all feel a little bit better after this evening, because the weekend was horrendous, was absolutely horrific. So I'm hoping that 1 second, I'm hoping that we get a big result. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Dean Smith either, to be honest. Don't like his haircut, don't like his face, don't like John Terry alongside him, but other than that he's all right. Derek, welcome as well. Hi from Dublin. Good luck, Leeds. Yes, hoping for a big result. Anybody get your score predictions in the chat? I think I said that Leeds were going to win 2-0 on the final word. Then I remembered that Harvey Barnes exists, so I said 2-1 because he scores every single time against us. So I'm hoping that he doesn't actually get a goal today, because usually he does. So let me just check this. Everything's all in order. 3-2, Alex Whitaker's saying. We were saying as well, the lineups, it's frustrating because Nonto doesn't start again. Everybody was hoping that Forshaw would come in for McKennie, or on the most part people were. Aronson's been dropped, which is good, because although I like Aronson, I think he's not been good enough, and really in a relegation battle you need somebody who's a bit stronger and a bit tougher than him. We've gone for two up top though. We've got Sinister, Harrison, Bamford and Rodrigo in attack, so hopefully that's a deadly strike force. But yeah, it's a little bit concerning that once again we haven't started Nonto in a game where he really is one of our best players. So it's very frustrating. Also, Somerville is on the bench. Thought he played quite well against Fulham in the opening exchanges. Jay's saying he worries about the pace of our attack. Yeah, Bamford was deceptively fast. I feel like he may have lost a yard of pace with all his injuries. Rodrigo not that fast. Cine's quite quick, but hopefully because there's that many of them up there, it won't necessarily rely on a ball over the top for them all to get in. Hopefully they can combine together to score goals. Harley saying 3-1 Leeds, Sinistera 37th minute, Bamford 43rd minute, and Cooper bullet head to win it in the 90th minute. That is very specific. If you do that, then I will. If you get that exactly right, then I will eat my hat. Jamie Miller saying another loss, I'm afraid, with Teflon Melier in goal and Bamford up front. It seems we haven't learned anything from the last game we were going down. Yeah, there was also, that brings me on to a point about Melier as well. a lot of people were sort of, Wolves are 1-0 up against Palace as well, by the way. A lot of people were saying about what's his face, Meslier. Should he start? Should he not start? I was in favour on the final word of Robles starting this one. I think his head's gone a little bit Meslier. I can see my mate and his dad. Shout out Glenn. I can see your dad in the crowd. If you watch this back at some point, I just saw you in the cheese wedge. Anyway, yeah. So Meslier in goal. I listened to a little bit of the football fill-in on Ben Foster's channel, and he was talking about how Meslier in the Fulham game needed to be a little bit braver for the first goal. What he did was he went to the front post when the cross was coming in, because he's obviously thought to himself, I don't want to get beat at the front post. But what he should have done, according to Ben Foster, who's obviously got years of Premier League experience, he's taken a couple of steps back into the middle of his goal, and then he would have just been able to catch that. Whereas he went to the front post trying to be safer. If he'd have been brave and stood in the middle, he could have caught it. But because he went to the front post, he then had to try and tip it. And he tipped it straight into the path of Harry Wilson, who, let's be honest, unbelievable finish from Harry Wilson. But we shouldn't really be making those mistakes. But I don't think it means the end of Meslier or anything by any means. It just means that maybe it was a good chance to bring Robles in with a little bit more Premier League experience. He's been in relegations battles before. He's played for Wigan. He played for other people as well. I can't remember who else he played for, Robles. Everton, I think. So he's been in this sort of scrap before. He's a little bit older, got a lot more experience as a goalkeeper. He's just as big, just as tall. So maybe it would have been a good idea to play him. But yeah, like I say, the main things really are... let's go through the lineup actually. So Meslier keeps his position like we just talked about. Ayling comes back in for Christensen, because Christensen really was not great. He doesn't really look like a footballer at the moment. Don't know if he ever will. Some of the passes that he makes... I just don't think it's it just doesn't look good as a professional footballer if you can't pass the ball. It doesn't look natural. So Ayling comes back in. Koch and Cooper are in the two centre-back positions because Verba is out injured, I think, according to rumours. Firpo comes back in at left-back. Then you've got McKennie in midfield still. McKennie's another contentious one because people said he was being lazy. He wasn't running around enough. He wasn't doing his running. He wasn't doing his passing. Nothing was really going right for McKennie. He wasn't good enough in the game. Rocker keeps his place because realistic, there's not really anybody to replace him. And then Sinistera comes in for Somerville. Rodrigo is back in the lineup. So is Bamford up front, and then Jack Harrison is in the lineup as well, with Brendan Aronson dropping to the bench. As for the Leicester lineup, Daniel Iverson starts in goal, who I'm going to be honest, I've never heard of. I thought they had I thought Danny Ward was going to be the first team goalkeeper, but they've got Castagna, Wout Faes, Kalya Soyuncu, Victor Christiansen, Yuri Tielemans, Boubakary Samare, James Maddison, Tete? Yes, they have got Tete. It's just that Fulham had a Tete as well. I thought I'd left the lineups wrong. Tete Barnes, who obviously is the danger man against Leeds, and Iheanacho up top. As if anybody's watching on BT, you can see that is on the screen now. We have, for what it looks like on there, we're lining up exactly mirrored from each other. We're lining up exactly the same way, but I do think that it could be a two up top rather than one in behind. So yeah, let's talk about the importance of this game. If we don't win this, we've then got Bournemouth away, which we massively need a result in both of these games. But after that, it's Man City, Newcastle, West Ham and Spurs. I don't think we pick... I can see us not picking up any points from those last four. So this is at home. Bournemouth is away. We have to pick up 3 points in this game. Anything else is not an option. Anything else, and I think we're down. So those of you looking for me to... be a calm head and to say it's all going to be okay, at the moment I'm not. At the moment, I'm saying we have to win this game. Otherwise, I think we are going to lose our Premier League status. Let me just get the timer ready on that depressing thought. Let me just get the timer ready to kick off. Obviously, we support the boys all the way. Hopefully, we get an early goal and get something to settle us down. But we've seen in recent weeks that when we do get an early goal, doesn't necessarily actually, or a first half goal at least, doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to win the game, does it? Goes without saying as well, please don't put in the chat if you're ahead of me, if that you'll see by my timer. So we've now kicked off. So you'll see by my timer, if you're ahead of me, please don't put in the chat if there's a goal, because otherwise then I won't be able to react properly to it. I'll just go, oh, they've scored, or oh, we've scored. So yeah, goes without saying, but please don't put in the chat when a goal goes in. Yeah, come on, Leeds, basically. K-Bone saying an absolute minimum of 4 points in the next 2 games. Yeah, definitely. But really, we need to be looking for 6. McKennie goes back to Firpo. Firpo into Rocker. Rocker tries to play a ball down the line to Sinistera, who's brought it down well up against Castagna, but he's coming back towards his own half, and Mark Rocker then passes it to Firpo. Leeds have just lost the ball there, and Rocker tries to get a foot in, but it's going to be a foul just beyond the halfway line as James Maddison is brought down by Mark Rocker. Early one, so it won't be a yellow card, but Leeds need to be careful doing that. So, yeah, a free kick just inside Leeds' half now. Tielemans to take this one, then clips it long towards Ayling's side where Harvey Barnes is waiting for it. Leeds managed to clear, but the ball's still gone back to Leicester, and now it's been won back. Ayling with the ball. Ayling gives it into McKennie. McKennie around the corner to Harrison. Harrison trying to break towards the halfway line. Gives it into Bamford's feet. Bamford tackle, but still retains possession. Does well. Spins his man. And then Soyuncu gets a good tackle in, and Leicester are able to regain possession. And Christiansen tries to put it down the line, but it goes out for a throw-in just near the technical areas. Pretty good little bit of interplay there from Leeds, trying to get ourselves up the pitch, but nothing came of it in the end. Come on, Leeds. I like it when we've got Ali McCoist on comms. Ali McCoist seems like he quite likes Leeds, and he's always pretty fair and reasonable. Oh, thank God that was a free kick to Leeds. Leeds just nearly made a stupid mistake there. Terrible ball back towards Cooper, and then it was Rodrigo, I think. Rodrigo played it back past Cooper, and then Iheanacho tried to get past Cooper and threw him on the floor in the end. Robin Koch now with the ball, gives it into Liam Cooper. Liam Cooper into Junior Firpo. Down the line, but cleared again by Wout Faes. Now McKennie with the ball. McKennie tries to play a long ball into the path of Harrison, and it's gone all the way through to Iverson. Really good. That is what... Okay, I see what McKennie's trying to do there, and that is what we've been calling out for from McKennie. That's what you want. You want McKennie to pick up the ball in positions like that, and you want him to try and spray a ball forward into the path of one of the strikers, and it nearly came off there. So, yeah, more of that, McKennie, please. A lot more of that. That's what he did against Forest, and that's what I was impressed with. I mentioned about that when it happened, that I was happy with McKennie in there. McKennie seems like he's got his head on it a little bit more today. Could have done with that against Fulham. Rodrigo saying he's been brought down there, but there's no way that's a foul. He just ran into a dead end. Good tackle from Rocker though, and the ball into Bamford. Now Sinistera with a chance to drive. It's tackled by Tielemans, and Castagna is able to clear. Now the counter-attack is on for Leicester. Tete with the ball, about halfway inside Leeds' half, facing up against McKennie and Firpo. McKennie and Firpo make the tackle nicely together. Now Rodrigo into Rocker. Rocker into Harrison. Leeds already look like they're flowing a lot more. Now Luke Ayling is on the right-hand side, and he's put the ball into Bamford. Good defending there from Wout Faes, and Leeds have a throw-in. Much better from Leeds. Much better from Leeds. Harrison gets tackled there, and it's gone out for another throw-in after a Sumare challenge. Come on, Leeds. Hit that like button if you haven't already, guys. Get the stream out there to as many people as possible. Get a big chat going. And hopefully a big victory as well for Leeds. Robin Koch with the ball. Gives it back to Liam Cooper on the halfway line. Into Rocker's feet. Now Cooper looking for options. Sprays it out wide to Sinisterra. Sinisterra with a nice little touch. Sinisterra facing up against Castagna. He's going to try and get the ball into the box. It's blocked by Castagna, and Tielemans is able to give it to Tete, who gives it him back, and then Tielemans chips it out to Castagna, and now Tete is breaking, just coming over the halfway line now. Sprays the ball out to the left-hand side where Harvey Barnes is waiting, facing up against Luke Ayling. Luke Ayling doesn't get there, and now Maddison has the ball just inside the box. Maddison up against Robin Koch. Maddison across the box, and Cooper is able to clear, and it's gone for a corner there to Leicester City. Good break there from Leicester, but in the end, Leeds dealt with it. The thing is, we can't allow Harvey Barnes and James Maddison to combine like that too many times in this game, because they are a force to be reckoned with. Corner now, being prepared to come in. Yeah, Barnes makes me nervous, so corner into the box. It's bobbling around. Robin Koch has cleared it, but now a shot. Tielemans scores. Well, the worst possible start, isn't it? The worst possible start we could have had. Robin Koch has gone, there you go, Tielemans. Do you want to score? So we're relegated. That's it. It's a great strike from Tielemans, but the fact that Robin Koch doesn't clear his lines, put more on that. He taps it. It might be offside, but he just taps it straight to Tielemans. It's as if he's purposely laid him off. I mean, what a goal. Excellent strike, but really... Does it hit Sumare? I mean, yeah, that goal is unbelievable. What a strike that was. But it hits Sumare and he's offside. Oh, thank the Lord. About 30 seconds ago, back to 0-0. About 30 seconds ago, I said Leeds United are down. Oh, Alex is saying, looking at the replay, doesn't look like it was Robin Koch that actually touched it. It was Sumare, who was the offside player. Yeah, maybe he did get the touch. Okay, Robin. I'll let Robin off. Welcome, Rob. Welcome. Official member, Rob Bailey. That was a great goal, but it's been disallowed, thank God. And Leeds have had an absolute lifeline in this one. Alex is saying, got away with that, cannot underestimate the importance of this game. I agree with you. If we don't win this game, I don't see how we stay up. Yeah, exactly. And Rob saying we must score first tonight. And we've just been given an absolute godsend from that one being disallowed. Tyrone Mings has scored against Fulham, which doesn't really affect us. But just out of interest for anybody, general Premier League news. But yes, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Leeds really need to not let that get in their heads, and hopefully it gets in Leicester heads. But when you look at the quality that they have in their team, when you look at Tielemans, you look at Maddison, and you look at what's his face, Harvey Barnes. I shouldn't forget that name, should I? Because I see him in my nightmares. those three are the danger men, and we've seen that already with the combination play down the left-hand side between Maddison and Barnes, and then that strike by Tielemans. We really need to be careful of those three. And can we really say in our team that they need to be careful with three of our players? I'd say maybe they need to be careful with Sinisterra in terms of similar sort of threat to what Maddison poses. But other than that, we don't have as much quality as Leicester do. So Yunchu plays a ball all the way down the line. It just goes out of touch beyond Harvey Barnes for a Luke Ayling throw-in. What time is it in this one, Rob, for you? But it's, what is it, like 3 in the morning or something? 3 or 4 in the morning? Or 5. What's your thought on Rodrigo and Pat playing together? I'm just happy Aronson isn't playing. I think I'd explode if I see him fall over one more time. I think we were talking on the final word about how he needs to try something different. Like, we can't just keep fielding the same side, getting tonked and like just carrying on as if nothing's happened. So the fact that he's gone 2 up front is a change, and that's promising for me. But really, I needed what's his face, Nonto, to start this one. I really wanted him to start this one. I think he desperately needed to start Nonto, because I feel like he just offers us. Sorry about that. I think he just offers us something completely different. I don't know why I just said sorry about that. I think I just apologised to my monitor because none of you could see that because you're not actually on the screen. Soyuncu now with the ball, gives it into Samare. Out wide to Harvey Barnes on the halfway line. Leicester just trying to keep a little bit of possession now. We signed the wrong Christensen, didn't we? They've got their left back, Christiansen, is pretty good apparently. Harsh on Somerville too, Alex is saying. I think Somerville is a little bit unlucky as well, because I think he played well against Fulham. But I would have been tempted to bring Nonto in for this one. Ball with Tete now. And it's actually hit Rodrigo and gone all the way through to Melee, so we've got a chance to have a little look at the chat. Rob saying he felt sorry for Aronson because he's one of the few genuinely works his arse off all night, but he's just not ready yet. To jump to the Premier League was just a little too big. Absolutely bang on with what you say there, Rob, because it's more his physicality than anything. On the last stream and on the final word, I mentioned how I compare it to when you're playing with. Jesus, Ayling was dodgy there. When you're playing with the older kids on the playground at school, and you hear a big kid running behind you, boom, 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 and Aronson just stops and turns and gives the ball away because he's frightened of what's behind him, and he's a little bit like that. He needs to put on some timber, bit of muscle, and basically just a bit of bravery as well to just go at a player. Like you've seen so many times, it's so hard when a defender is backing off and he's actually running backwards to try and shield still, and he's just given the ball away here. Samari's just played the ball out wide to Tete. Tete now trying to curl it into the box. Firpo with a good little block, but Sinisterra's clearance only goes up and not out, and now Firpo manages to get it clear. It's going to go out for a throw-in. But yeah, Aronson needs to hit the gym. He needs to be more physical. He needs to just go at his man. When those players are backing off, that's when you drop shoulder, then just pick a way to go, and that's when they fall over or they make a fool of themselves. Ayling now with a chance to counter-attack. Rodrigo has the ball on the right wing up against Christiansen. Ayling's overlapping him now, but Rodrigo has been tackled by Samare, and now Leicester are able to come away with the ball. Waste of a good opportunity that. Rodrigo could have given it to Ayling, which is probably the best option on the overlap and get it in the box, but he decided to try and cut inside and cross it in, and was tackled by Samara, and now Leicester have safe possession again. We need to take chances. We need to take chances to get the ball in the box, not even to just actual goal-scoring opportunities. We need to take chances on putting the ball into the box, percentage balls, trying to get it onto Bamford's head. But in that situation, we just didn't do that there. Tamare now going back to Sernchu again. So 15 minutes in then here at Elland Road, 0-0 Leeds Leicester. We've had a Leicester goal that was disallowed for offside, rightly so. Christensen's just run the ball out there, so it's a throw into Leeds. Oh. Sorry about that. Harvey Barnes' throw on goal. Great tackle by Liam Cooper. Excellent tackle by Liam Cooper. And that's why he's there. People often will say that Liam Cooper's not good enough, but he makes tackles like that. And for somebody who costs 800k from Chesterfield, for him to have come as far as he has, we have to put some respect on his name. He was onside there, Harvey Barnes, and was probably have scored that if Cooper hadn't have got a foot in. Yeah, excellent defending there from Liam Cooper. That's what you love to see. But you don't love to see him getting through on goal like that. Yes, I was just saying before that I accidentally knocked my Bremner statue placemat onto the floor. McKennie. Now it's been headed away by Leicester, but McKennie's recovered it, and now Rocker has the ball. Rocker into Harrison. Harrison cuts inside to Rodrigo, who gives it back on the wing. Harrison with a nice little cutback that sends Christensen for a hot dog. Ball in the box, and Sinistera I can't speak, and Sinistera can't hit the ball. He was just at the wrong angle there. He was trying to spin to hit it, but good little bit of play by Leeds there. Harrison looked like he was going to cross it in, and Christiansen got sent for a hot dog. Really good ball actually by Harrison, and Leeds couldn't quite get on the end of it. Rob saying Cooper is a good enough defender for the Premier League, but we need more from that position than defence. Yeah, you're absolutely right, but in a relegation battle, and right now for this moment, I think Cooper's probably Cooper's probably a good player to have in there. Oh my God, that was a really good ball into the box, and Maddison was inches away from making it 1-0. Yeah, Cooper just kicks it straight to them. Just as I was singing his praises, he kicks it straight to Maddison, and then Maddison has the 1-2 and just can't quite get there ahead of Meslier. But bloody hell. And just right on time, Rob saying, bit nervous tonight, Max. Yeah, I'm absolutely cacking my pants, because I genuinely think if we don't win this game, then we're down. Then we're out of the Premier League. So we have to, and the fact that we keep giving away chances like that is horrendous. Ayling tries to clip the ball into the box. It's gone all the way to the back post and it's gone out. See, this is what I'm talking about. Being able to take chances and being able to take opportunities to put the ball into the box with quality. I didn't mention that before. That's why Ayling just did that. I didn't mention the with quality part. You have to get the ball into the box with a decent bit of quality. It's no good players knackering themselves, doing a lovely overlap down the wing, and then putting a terrible ball in the box. Like that doesn't benefit anyone. So really, you need to be delivering with quality, and it's not good enough for Ayling to have put that over everyone and out for a goal kick. It's not good enough. Clip it backwards a little bit if you're worried about it going out, like a little bit of a cutback sort of one. Bamford's just been brought that down there by the centre circle. Derek saying Leicester running the game, especially midfield. Leeds have nothing going for them. We've had a few opportunities to attack down the wings with overlaps and stuff, which I think has been working well for us. But like you say, with the quality they have in midfield, with Samares sitting in behind Tielemans, we are struggling against their midfield, and we will do without Tyler Adams. We're also missing an extra a central midfielder in there, because Aronson's dropped and he's gone with two up top, so it might be also why we're losing the battle in midfield a little bit. But if we can take advantage of these wing situations and overlaps and get the ball in the box, you've always got a chance of scoring. But it comes back to whether we deliver the actual crosses with quality, because at the moment we don't really seem to. Harrison's one was good before, and just as Harrison cuts towards the box now, clips it towards the back post. Sinistera! Yes! Yes! Just what we needed. Just what we needed. Come on. Exactly when we needed it as well. Leicester were on top. Leicester were dominating the midfield. And I said that wing play, that overlap, cutting inside, getting the ball in the box, that is exactly what we need. Get in, Sinisterra. Get in, Leeds United. Woo! We needed that badly. Ayling puts it into Rodrigo. Rodrigo back to Ayling. Then into McKennie. McKennie with a nice little reverse pass. Back inside from Harrison. Curls it all the way to the back post. And a lovely little downward header by Sinisterra. And that's why Sinisterra needed to come back in the lineup. And also, that's why you have Jack Harrison in the lineup. Excellent stuff from Leeds. Get in. Get in. Excellent header from Sinisterra. Excellent pass from McKennie to set up Harrison's cross. Excellent from Harrison to cross in. Excellent all round. Brilliant. 1-0 Leeds. Come on. See, people clown Jack Harrison. That's his 10th assist of the season. He's scored 4 goals, 14 goal contributions in a relegation battle. Cannot be understated how important they are. McKennie now with the ball. Into Sinisterra, back to McKennie, out wide to Firpo. Leeds are trying to break now. They've got the impetus. Down the line to McKennie. McKennie's got the ball again, up against Castagna, halfway inside the Leicester half. Looking for options, gives it into Firpo. Firpo now on the edge of the box. The chance to try and get the ball in. It looks like it might have been a handball. The ball might have gone out there for a goal kick, for a corner as well, but nothing given. And then Rodrigo comes in with a booming tackle, which gets the Elland Road crowd up, and the Leeds fans are going wild as Rodrigo gives it big uns. Come on, Leeds. We're back on. Welcome, Dan. Didn't realise you'd be joining us this evening. Goal, 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 goal. Rob saying we needed to make some tough decisions regarding players, particularly upgrading our championship generation. We lack the courage to do it, and we have paid the price. Exactly. That's exactly what. If people want to hear us talk more about that, check out not last night. When we do the final word, Sunday night's episode of the final word on the Just Joe Football Show. We talked about that sort of thing for quite a while on there, which is what do you call it? Is a lot more detail on that side of things. Top draw finished. Keeper had no chance. Yeah, excellent coming in at the back post. Timed it perfectly. Downwards header. Technique was lovely. Beautiful. And the Premier League table, the live table at the moment, looks pretty good for us. Harrison's just been fouled there, and Leeds have got another chance to put the ball in the box. K-Bone saying, love to see inside in crowd. Nano Suarez is saying Vamos Foxes, greetings and good vibes from Argentina. I think this is a Leeds channel. This is a Leeds channel. This is not a Leicester channel. You can stay if you say Vamos Peacocks. Rocker now with a chance to whip a ball into the box. Come on, quality delivery, Rocker. We want that curling right towards the back post where Bamford and Cooper are waiting for it. So exactly where it's gone, but it's just too much on it. It's gone all the way through to Iverson. And again, the difference between having quality delivery and wasting opportunities like that can be a lot of goals a season. You put somebody like James Ward-Prowse on a free kick like that, his delivery is bob on every time, and it makes a big difference. But yeah, we do need to be careful here. Obviously, like I said before, Rodrigo's just gone right through the back of Tielemans, but Tielemans, Maddison and Barnes are the danger players for Leicester at 100%. We saw with Tielemans how dangerous that finish was. Barnes had that chance as well, even after I said that. It could have been a yellow, but it's probably his first one, isn't it, Rodrigo? So he's probably giving him a bit of leeway until he makes another challenge like that, and then he'll probably get a yellow. Soyuncu into Wout fast down the line, but Firpo's headed it away. Sorry about that. Sinistera's won that, and then a back heel from Rodrigo actually stays in, surprisingly enough. Nice ball from Rocker. He's trying to go all the way through, and Iverson's kicked it out. Iverson. Ayling tried to do a Johnny Otto against Leeds, and it went straight into the keeper's grasp. But I can see why he tried it. He's seen it happen this season to us. Now Jack Harrison with the ball. Leeds with the chance to break, but Jack Harrison's ball's not good enough, and again the quality of the passes is what's letting us down. Tielemans tried a quick ball over the top to Iheanacho then. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly there, Rob. Blow the final whistle, ref. Clearly this game's over. I think football should be like boxing, where the ref can just come on and go, no, stop now. They're not defending themselves anymore. He's not got his hands up. That's it. Aston Villa 1-0 against Fulham. Wolves 1-0 against Crystal Palace. And Leeds United 1-0 against Leicestershire City. Luke Ayling now with a free kick. He's going to try and put the ball forward. Clips it down the line towards Bamford, where Bamford's won it with his shoulder, actually, and done really well there to bring that down. McKennie tries to keep the ball, but under the pressure of a couple of Leicester players, loses it, and it's now back with Christiansen and then Sumare. Rob saying, yeah, our goal difference would be better if they had applied a TKO against Palace and Poole. Yeah, exactly. A lot better, actually. Dan's, who, for those of you who don't know, is my good friend in real life. Well, this is real life, but you know what I mean, in person. Glad to see how popular the channel is. Keep up the hard work. Yes, thank you very much, mate. Yes, we are trying, and it makes it a little bit easier to do these streams when Leeds are actually winning. But then we were beating Palace and then we lost 5-1, so the less said about that, the better. Soyuncu picks up the ball after taking down Sinistera, but it's not been given as a free kick, and it's gone out wide now. Castagna just breaking over the halfway line. Castagna down the line to Tete, now inside to Maddison, tries to get it. Oh, sorry, Tielemans tries to get it through, but good defended by Leeds again there, and Firpo's lost the ball, so the ball back with Maddison now. Firpo's been absolutely nutmegged. And it's going to be a free kick to Leicester right on the edge of the box, right in James Maddison territory. Not good. Sinistera has gone down holding his heel ever since that challenge on the halfway line about 20 odd seconds ago. I don't think that was a foul on Maddison either, you know. He nutmegs Firpo, but Firpo barely touches him. Sinistera seems to have hurt himself there. I hope that's not serious, but if it is, then Nonto needs to be the one to come on. Although it does look like it's Somerville actually that's warming up. Sinistera is still down, receiving treatment here. So we're 28 minutes in here, and all in all, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. We've had them, we've rode our luck at times. We've let them have opportunities, and realistically, we need to limit the amount of chances that they actually have, because they've had a few that were really good opportunities. And we just took our best chance so far really, really well. But the thing is, we need to not do that thing where you just sit back and then you get deeper and deeper and deeper as the game goes on. Because if we do, that's when you get sucker punched and you've made subs to defend, and it all goes wrong. So we need to keep our heads here. Cross coming in from Maddison, right over the back post and out past everyone. Thank God for that. Rob saying, I swear Sinistera seems to just pack it in and give up whenever he gets a knock. Yeah, he's made out of glass, isn't he? He absolutely is made out of glass. And whenever he takes a knock, it seems to be it for him on that night. So maybe he needs to bulk up a little bit as well. But he has got our goal so far, so I won't slag him off too much. This is a nasty spot for a direct free kick. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but then he crossed it and it went over everyone. Headed away by Fass. Cooper somehow comes out with the ball after, well, still eventually doesn't come out with the ball. Then Rodrigo makes an excellent tackle. Rodrigo tries to chip it over to Bamford. Bamford's in. Oh, he just can't get it under his spell. And it's gone all the way through to Everson, who I found out during this game is pronounced Everson, not Iverson. So we'll be saying Everson from now on, just so you know. It's not a new player. McKennie's touch lets him down and he takes it out for a throw-in just outside the technical areas. But Leeds need to get back under control a little bit here. There's been a lot of wayward passes. There's been a lot of bad touches, and we just need to not have a nosebleed that we're actually winning a game of football, that we're 1-0 up. Sinisterra's gone down again. I think that's going to be it for him. Like you said, Rob gives up every time he gets a knock. It could be a bad one, but he's going to bring Somerville on, I think. And Somerville, yes, I like Somerville, hence why he's on one of the backgrounds for the lineups. But I do think the other background for the lineup is probably the better option in this game to get onto him. But it is going to be Somerville, and we've also got Ruter as well on the bench who can do that job. Rob saying Bamford is one of my favourite players, but he is not good enough to be a Premier League starting striker. His finishing is far too poor. Yeah, and the thing is as well for Bamford, it's not even necessarily his finishing a lot of the time. Often he messes up before he gets a chance to shoot, if you get what I mean. Like that then, he couldn't get it under his spell before he had a shot. He couldn't get control of it, and that happens a lot where he basically doesn't even get to take the shot. What you would probably think would be a good opportunity for most strikers, he actually never even gets to take the shot because of his first touch or whatever it may be. It does look like Crescencio Somerville is going to be the replacement. There we go, Somerville on. And off goes Sinisterra. Hopefully that is not too serious for Leeds, for Sinisterra, because if it is, it'll be serious for Leeds. Sinisterra obviously has just scored our first goal. He's just hit Jack Harrison in the head by accident. Somerville comes on. Somerville can do a very similar sort of job to what Sinisterra can do, and I'm happy to see Somerville on the pitch, but Sinisterra is worrying because he's one of our best players. Rob saying Bielsa suited Bamford because it gave him so many chances and his poor conversion didn't matter. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Alex Hurst saying it's easy to forget about our record-breaking striker sat on the bench. Yeah, it is, and that's why I saw him on the bench then and went, oh yeah, Ruter could come on as well. But that's how much he's sort of been a background figure and not really sort of featured enough. Whether that's due to his own performance or people not favouring him, he's not been on the pitch enough for a £35 million player. Maddison tries to get the ball in the box, good defending there from Cooper, and now Harrison tries to get it clear, clips it out wide, but it only goes to Wout Fass, who can hit it straight to Somerville, but Somerville isn't able to control it because it was a pretty powerful sort of pass that went into his feet. K-Bone saying he's played through some serious injury. Sometimes these pro players get under my skin, to be honest. Yeah, well, the thing is, that's what you hear about players like Stuart Dallas. When he finally did get his leg broken, a lot of the players mentioned how he's pretty much been injured for the last 4 or 5 years, but he just plays through it every time. Some players you get are absolute warriors who will just play through anything. And then you obviously... everything's like a spectrum, isn't it? And you get other players who take one little knock and that's it for them. They give up. You get, like I say, Dallas would play through anything, and then you get players in the middle a little bit. They might try and carry on a little bit, and then if they're really feeling it, they'll go off. Sinisterra and Stuart Dallas are at two ends of that spectrum. Rob saying, I really feel for Ruter. He is class, but we didn't need a 30 million investment for the future. We needed security from relegation, and that's nail on the head for me. I was excited when he came in, but it's easy to get wrapped up in the excitement of signing a young attacking winger/striker, isn't it? For 35 million, you're thinking, oh my God, this is unbelievable. But you kind of lose sight of what you really need, and we probably needed a stronger right centre-back and maybe another midfielder when we actually look at how we've been playing in midfield. So yeah, it's easy to look back with hindsight, isn't it? But it does seem a shame to have a £35 million potential player on the bench, when really we probably could have split that over a couple of players, a midfielder and a right centre back potentially. Firpo then to take a throw in here. I think Tielemans is complaining about a foul, but it's just going to be a throw into Leeds, about halfway inside the Leeds half, where Firpo's going to take it. Yeah, and this is what we're talking about on the final word as well, Cabo, and the fact that we're buying too much for the future, and what you really need is a mixture between youth and experience. You don't just buy all players under 22 or under 23. McKennie's just took one to the head and fallen over. Don't know why that made me laugh, but Iheanacho now with the ball, and Iheanacho's just hit McKennie in the face. He's gone down for a second time holding his head. Yeah, we don't buy. We're buying for the future, and we're not buying for now. We need to have a combination of a couple of players you buy there for the future, like Willy Gnonto, players like that, and then you have a couple that you buy for now to really impact the team. And perhaps that's what they thought they were doing with Weston McKennie, but we should have really made another signing as well in the centre-back position. Jensen Body saying, what happened to Cine? He went down under a challenge, and then Leicester counter-attacked and won a free kick, and he was still down after all of that. Tried to carry on a little bit, and then he just sat down and said that he had to come off, and I think it was sort of the back of his heel, like his Achilles and maybe his calf that he was holding, but it was hard to tell. Rob saying, we are seeing the reality of the Leicester model play out in this relegation battle. Yeah, we're actually quite similar, other than a few real star players that they've got. We're actually quite similar in quality to what Leicester actually have now, and eventually your recruitment's not going to be perfect, is it? And I think that's what the problem that Brighton might face. Brighton are having their Leicester period now, where Leicester were really good for a couple of years. And I think Brighton are having that period now, and at some point, their miracle recruitment, good ball from Bamford, from Ayling with the outside of his foot, but Bamford wasn't quite on the same wavelength. But yeah, we're seeing Brighton now have that sort of Leicester run, and I just think that eventually their miracle recruitment isn't going to work, and they're going to sell the big players, buy in young cheap players who are really good. Eventually they're not going to be really good, because surely you can't keep getting it right forever. Rob saying on average 50% of transfers don't work out for some reason or other. Yeah, absolutely. That's what that's like the general rule now, isn't it? And it's, you kind of want them all to work, don't you? But like you say, the reality is that they aren't actually all going to work. Rodrigo tries to fire it through, but it goes straight into the keeper's arms. Paul Hope Smith is saying, we're buying for Championship next season when so-called big players leave. Yeah. Oh, Maddison's absolutely skinned McKennie. Now the ball with Tielemans. Tielemans tries to play it out wide, and Firpo can't quite get there because he's blocked off by Tete. Now Tielemans clips it to the back post, and Ayling heads it, and then Leeds are somehow able to clear, but only as far as Samare. Now Tielemans tries to clip it towards the back post again, where Tete lays it off to Castagna. Leeds are under real pressure here. Ball with Tielemans. Now Tete. Back to Tielemans. Looking to fashion an opportunity to get the ball in the box. Good ball there. That's a really good ball from Tielemans. Good idea, but Somerville does really, really well to just get a little flicked header, and Melee is able to catch it there. K-Bone saying Ayling's playing well at the front. It's at the back that I get nervous. Yeah, absolutely. Ayling looks good going forward. He's putting good balls into the box. He's trying to overlap. He's trying to make those opportunities, but I do worry about us defensively. So realistically, we probably need to score another to feel a little bit more secure in this game. And Leeds trying to do that now as they press against Christiansen. It's going to be a foul. Rodrigo's been given a foul against. Rodrigo can't get too frustrated with this here because I feel like he is already getting a little bit annoyed. Now Christiansen to take this free kick. He's clipped it down the line. Ayling's managed to win that, and Harrison can't quite get to his ball down the line. Rob saying Somerville is tracking back really well tonight. I wonder if not tracking back to help in defence is why he was benched. It might have been, yeah, because we've seen him absolutely kill Ayling at times, haven't we? Without nice ball from nearly a nice ball from McKennie. It was a good idea. And now it's going to be a foul against McKennie. Free kick just inside the Leicester half to Leicester. Yeah, there's been times where he's absolutely killed Ayling by just not tracking back and helping him. So maybe that might have been why he was benched. But he does seem to be going back a little bit more and helping out. Tete now with the ball. Somerville chasing him down. Has to come back to Samara in the middle of midfield. Now to Christiansen with Leeds pressing. Good challenge by Luke Ayling. Oh, it's been given as a free kick and a yellow card to Ayling when that was a perfectly good tackle. Perfectly good tackle. That is a perfectly good tackle. I hate modern football. I don't understand, like, unless you go in knee height or over the top of the ball, which is dangerous, I don't understand how you aren't allowed to just go and win the ball with a good sliding tackle anymore. That was a perfect sliding tackle for me now. And his feet were actually going downwards towards the floor when he went through it. What are you meant to do? Are you meant to just pause time and stop yourself sliding into him? You are going to hit the man because you're sliding. That's just physics. How... Yeah, just how is that? It doesn't make any sense to me. Modern football's lost if that's the case, if that's a foul. Eddie Gray watching on. Ali McCoy's just saying that Eddie Gray was his favourite from that Don Revie team. He said it might be a bit of bias just because of where he comes from. I think that might come into it, Ali, yeah. Rob saying the follow-through was the issue, but not a yellow for mine. He had no control of the follow-through due to his sliding. Yeah, what's he meant to do, though? How can he possibly stop himself from having a follow-through if he's... Yeah. Rob saying sitting Eddie behind the board to try and protect them from the crowd. It wouldn't surprise me if they did things like that. It would not surprise me. Slimy gits. No substitutions either so far other than the forced one for Sinistera coming off for Somerville if you recently joined us. Sinistera went down under a challenge about 10-15 minutes ago, and since then Somerville's been on for him. Not doing much going forward, Somerville, but had a few defensive responsibilities that he's done well. Tielemans now with the chance to put the ball in the box from that free kick. He's clipped it long towards the back post, and McKennie is able to head it away, but only as far as Tete, who gives it out wide to Castagna, looking to get the ball in the box, and Firpo blocks it. But it's actually stayed in there, and now Castagna with another chance to get the ball in the box. Cooper away this time, and it's going to go out for a Leicester throw-in right by the Leeds corner flag. Madison tried to do a nutmeg on Somerville then, but Somerville wasn't having any of it. Oh, Cooper. I literally looked at K-Bone's comment saying Cooper is plugging holes nicely just as the ball came to Cooper, and he completely fluffed it and sent it out for a corner. The board got us up, and overall have done a good job. They've just ran their race and hung on too long. Yeah, getting Bielsa in was a masterstroke, but I think Bielsa himself covered a lot of the cracks with the ownership of the club, and now we're sort of seeing what they all were. Ball into the box then from this corner. And Cooper, and then Harrison is tried to get it away, but it's only gone directly upwards, and then Rodrigo's able to head it away. And Leeds are trying to break here, but it keeps coming back. Now Somerville into Rodrigo. Now Rocker. Rocker looks to clip the ball forward to Bamford. Bamford running through, and it's able to be cleared by Everson there, but only as far as Luke Ayling, and Leeds have got a chance to break again here. Now Ayling with the ball. Ayling with the ball into the box. And it's just gone through everyone. And now Leicester almost have a chance to break, with Somerville trying to close down Sumare there. Or it might be Iheanacho, actually. Yes, it was Iheanacho there. But Leeds have won the ball back again, and it's a bit of an end-to-end game, this. Somerville now with the ball. Somerville inside to Rodrigo. Rodrigo out wide again to Rocker. Rocker trying to keep hold of the ball here and give it to Rodrigo. Rodrigo looking to get the ball in the box, but his little dummy was read that well there by Castagna, and Leeds have a chance for a long throw-in near the edge of the box. 4 minutes of added time then. Tell you what. Yeah, we're about right on the timer there, so we've added 4 minutes on. Now Christiansen's on the break. Christian into Sumare. Sumare's going to have to go backwards here because he's being shepherded well by Jack Harrison, all the way to Soyuncu, and then into Maddison in the middle of the midfield. Now Soyuncu with the ball, out to Faz. Rodrigo makes a tackle there, and it's going to be a free kick, and I think Rodrigo's going to get a yellow card. I mentioned that before. Rodrigo, that was his first one that probably should have been a yellow card before, and now he's got his second one because he's made a couple of those challenges now, so Rodrigo needs to be careful. But, I mean, we could see Ruta come on a little bit later on in this game if we're a bit worried about Rodrigo. Yeah, it is a bit of a tired foul. I think we just need to get into half-time now. But giving a free kick away in a stupid position, and we're not great at defending set pieces, let's just hope that Cooper and Bamford can get ahead on this. And McKennie's a good header of the ball as well, so let's hope that one of them can get their heads on it. Maddison now with a chance to deliver then. We've had nearly 2 minutes of the 4 allotted minutes for added time. Maddison now whips the ball into the box. Away by Bamford. Now Somerville brings it down. He's gone into his own corner though, and is looking to try and win a goal kick, and does do in the end. Well done there from Somerville. Leeds have got a goal kick now. 1 second, I just need to sort something out. Long goal kick then here from Meslier up to the halfway line. Harrison has it, but he's brought down, and Leeds win a free kick. Excellent time to win a free kick. 15 seconds to go. A minute and 15 seconds to go of added time for that first half. So hopefully Leeds can get the ball up into the box, and if we don't score, we can at least hold out till half time for this 1-0 lead. Come on, Leeds. Decent delivery into the box. Somebody get the knockdown. Bamford's going like this, as if he's asking for it to be clipped right over everybody towards the back post, and Rocker's just nodded, so I think that might be what he's doing. Bamford's stepping off and trying to get a... Oh, nice. Oh, unlucky. Could see what they were trying to do there. Did definitely see what they're trying to do. Firpo now tries to clip the ball out wide, and it's going to go out for a Leeds throw-in. Ayling now with a chance to throw the ball in, but nobody's even moving for him or giving him any options. Another throw in for Leeds here. Oh, come on. It's been given as a Leicester throw. Harley saying, people are saying Aronson gives more of a pressing threat, but this is the most I've ever seen Rodrigo press. It's probably because he doesn't have to cover as much of the pitch. If he's not up there on his own, he only has half of the pitch to go and cover, if you get what I mean. We'll talk a little bit more about that first half in a second, but I am just going to go for a short half-time break. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm back. Good if I unmute my mic, wouldn't it? So Rob saying we definitely have plans to our free kicks now, especially from Rocker, because he can put it remotely where he wants it to go. Yeah, agreed. You could see actually what they were trying to do with that free kick. Bamford was going like that, saying over the top and the back, and then what he did was he moved himself away from the defenders, hung out the back, and then he was going to make a run into the box. It's just that Rocker's ball didn't quite reach him. But if it had, he was probably going to try and put a ball right across the face of the goal first time on the volley with his left foot. And I think that would have been a good chance for Leeds. But didn't work out that time. But like you say, looks like they have actually got plans for corners now. Rodrigo with wrong drink. What does that mean, Joubert? Was that something that was on the screen that I didn't see because I went out? Tom saying on the upside, Leeds kept a clean sheet for 45 minutes. Yeah, that's true. Actually managed to keep a clean sheet for more than 5 seconds. But all in all, it's not a bad half of football. I think at this point we kind of need to accept that we're going to give away fouls, not fouls, that we're going to give away opportunities, and sometimes that's because of fouls, giving them free kicks, and other times that's just because of sloppy play or getting caught on the counter-attack. I think at this point we need to accept that, because that's not going to change before the end of the season. But the fact that we went forward and that we were able to create things by causing overlaps down the line and putting them into the box is a positive for me. It's definitely a positive. K-Bone saying that we need one more goal minimum, and I totally agree with that. That's what we were saying before, wasn't it? Is that with the amount of chances that we do give away to other teams, we're going to need to score at least 2 goals to win a game of football. It is better, isn't it? Dash is saying he doesn't want to get his hopes up because we're Leeds, but he does really like how we're playing compared to last game, and I agree with you there. Last game, Fulham didn't really get out of third gear. We looked like we were just sort of lackadaisical, and we were playing them at their game when they weren't particularly trying that hard. So we weren't really trying that hard. But it does look like there's a little bit more impetus from the players. It does look like we're playing a little bit better. like K-Bon's saying, a bit of spirit, and the fact that we're actually creating opportunities by causing overlaps down the line, underlaps, and then trying to get the ball into the box. And obviously we got our goal off that. He's promising and is good. And David Link has just put in about McKennie and Rocker. I was just about to mention that. I was just about to go on to that, so that's great timing. McKennie as well. The little reverse pass that he did for the goal, very clever, nice. The other one was that McKennie, when he looked up, got his head up early and played that long ball through to Harrison. Didn't quite get to Harrison, because, well, actually it did. It got past Harrison because it went all the way through to the goalkeeper. But it was the right idea, and I like to see that from him. And there's been a couple of times where he's won good defensive headers. You can see that he's trying to get out, trying to bring us out of our own half. And so that's what we want to see from McKennie a little bit more. So I think McKennie's been much, much better. I think Rocker's been good as well, winning the ball back, getting the ball up the field and bringing other people into play. I think Rocker's been good at that, holding the ball up, letting people get back. I think Rocker's been good at that as well, and that kind of brings me on to what Harley's asking there about what positives do we have. I think that McKennie and Rocker have been a lot better than they were against Leicester. My other positives, like I say, are going down the touchline, getting the ball in the box, good crosses into the box. We need to deliver them with a bit more quality, like I mentioned. But the fact that we're actually getting into those crossing positions and getting the ball in the box is obviously a big, big positive for us. K-Bon saying Free Willy, come on, we need to bring on Willie Gnonto at some point. Yeah, I agree, and I think perhaps a bit later on in the game, Willie Gnonto comes on for a Harrison maybe, or even up front as a striker. I think Gnonto needs to see some action in this game, because I think he can get some joy. Just watching the goal back now, nice little bit of play, McKennie with that lovely ball, then Harrison with a drop of the shoulder and a turn of pace, excellent delivery, and then Sinistera with a lovely little downwards header. Was all in all a fantastic goal, and you just love to see it. We love to see Leeds going 1-0 up and keeping it till half time. David Link saying, why is Somerville so slow? I don't necessarily think he is. I think sometimes he needs to be in the right position to take on his man, and sometimes he's a bit like hesitant to do so he'll come back and be like, right, it's not this time, which actually shows maturity beyond his years, because some players would just try and go every time and lose the ball. I'm not comparing him to Ronaldo, but when Ronaldo was first at Scum, that was a criticism that people had of him, is that he just didn't pass it. He would just try and run past everyone every time, and Somerville's shown a bit more maturity than that by not going every time, by sometimes cutting back and finding a pass, and other time and keeping the ball, and other times he's going and taking on his man and trying to get past him. Harley saying, it seems to me the players have only just realised we're in a relegation dogfight and the wages will get split if they carried on. The thing is, with modern day football, we lose most of those players, and the thing is, unless they're Leeds born and bred, or people like Cooper who've come from Chesterfield and was always around the Leeds area, he will care. But the other players, they've all got relegation release clauses so that they can be bought for less money if they go down, which means they're definitely going to get picked up and definitely going to get bought. So you can see why some foreign players or players from other parts of England wouldn't be that bothered if they're not actually big Leeds fans. But nobody wants to get relegated. Nobody wants to have that on their CV. Everybody wants to stay in the Premier League and look good. And to be honest, if you're playing for Leeds, you've already got a house here. You've already set up everything here. Football players are human beings as well. They don't want to go and move somewhere else straight away after signing in the summer or whatever. So you'd like to think that they'll fight for this club, fight to keep us in the Premier League, and so far it looks like we're doing that a lot better than we have done in the previous games. But yeah, Dash is just mentioning about Somerville not being slow. He hasn't enough space to run in yet, which is what we were kind of talking about before with him, with his bravery and whether he should go or should not go, and his maturity and sometimes not going. And Dash is also saying he only has one Leeds player in his FPL at Sinisterra. Well, he did get injured, but he did get you a goal, so I think that's probably a fair return for FPL. But in real life, I'm gutted that he's gone off, because I think he could be massive in this relegation battle. Hopefully it's just precautionary. He's gone off so that we can keep him for the other games that we will desperately need him in. But yeah, okay, so Matt Robinson saying was in a meeting, missed the first half. Do you mind giving a 15-second summary? Yes, so at the start of the first half, it was a little bit cagey. Nothing really happened until a corner came in. The ball bounced off Soumare, and then Soumare was able to poke it out to the edge of the box where Tielemans smashed it off the crossbar and in. But what's his face? Soumare was actually offside, and it didn't count in the end. It was VAR ruled it out. They'd had a good few chances actually in our half, and Harvey Barnes had one where he went through and Cooper made an excellent tackle to stop it. Probably would have been a goal, and another couple of good chances that they had. Maddison at the back post as well. So they had some really good chances, but we also made a couple as well, probably less than them, but our wing play was really good. McKennie and Rocker have looked better. Our wing play was good. We were overlapping with Ayling and Harrison and all those players. Our goal, Ayling threw it in to Rodrigo. Rodrigo passed it to McKennie. McKennie, nice little reverse ball down the line. Harrison, drop of the shoulder, burst of pace, cut inside to the corner of the box. Then he curled it all the way, floated it all the way to the back post, where it went over the top of Bamford's head, but Sinisterra was waiting for a downwards header that bounced in. Since then, they've had a couple of little opportunities, a few set pieces, but there's been nothing clear cut, but it's been quite end to end. So hopefully that's a good summary of the first half. 8 Bilali is saying, I'd like to see Rocker go for Greenwood. He'd battle and generally give some decent deliveries into the box. Yeah, I could imagine that would be a good shout for a little bit later on in the game. Greenwood, if putting set pieces in, it's always good to have somebody who can do that accurately, so that might be a good shout. But then we wouldn't really have anyone who's a natural DM on the pitch, which could harm us defensively. Harley saying it's always going to be Coops and Ayling who make the difference. Ever since Cooper's come in, we have looked better. Yeah, the thing is, it's a balance, isn't it? Because I think Jer hit the nail on the head on the final word. If you don't know Jer, he's the Irish guy. He runs Leeds United The View, and he's a very good channel, so go and subscribe to him if you haven't already. But Jer was saying how basically he was using Bamford as an example, and he was saying Bamford shouldn't be starting for Leeds United, and he meant that in terms of we should have been better than that by now. But at the moment, he's actually our best option to go up front. And the same thing applies with Cooper and Ayling. We don't really have anybody better than them fit. You could argue Verba definitely, but Verba's not fit, so we don't really have anyone better than them fit, like Cooper and Ayling's position. So they kind of have to go in there, but they've done really well. They've done really well in there, so I think they've definitely improved on their recent performances. Rob saying players don't want to be relegated. They can exercise their release clause, but they lose a lot of ability to choose where they end up, which is, that's true, which can be really bad for their playing opportunities. That's true. If we went down, you could see some of our best players getting signed by a Champions League club and then them not really getting much action. Totally take your point there. Joe Mark is saying Cooper's experience is holding the defence with Verba out. Yeah, his experience and more importantly his leadership as well. I think his leadership's so important for this back line, because if you put Strauch in there, Strauch can be a very good defender on his day, but he's not a leader. He doesn't command respect in the same way that somebody like Cooper will do. Cooper is liable to mistakes though as well. Cooper's made a couple of mistakes in that first half that have nearly cost us, so he's not perfect by any means, which is why we were saying that we needed to be better than this by now, but we're not, and that's where we're at. Matt Robinson saying if Rocker and McKennie struggled again, I was hoping for Verba to play with them in a sort of 4-3-3. Yeah, we mentioned... Oh, actually, one sec, let me get the timer ready. because we are actually about to kick off again. I'll carry on to that. Yeah, Verba basically isn't in the squad because he's not fit, but I would have liked to see him have another go in midfield because I think he did really well against. Cardiff. We are kicked off for the second half. Also try and get to. I've still got commentary yet. Also try and get to some of your comments as well. Yusuf is saying about how important leadership is. Absolutely. Verba's been class. Hopefully he gets back ASAP. K-Bone saying, yeah, we definitely need him back. I wish we had Tyler Adams as well. We would be in a lot better position, I think, if we did have Tyler Adams. Jean-Marc is saying Javi is wasting Willie Nonto's talent. Play him in a main striker role. You could see Rodrigo come off a little bit later on for either Ruta or Nonto because Rodrigo's on a yellow card and we don't want to lose him for future games, do we? And then Bondorific AF is saying he picked the wrong season to get clean and sober. Jesus, that's dark, but yeah, I don't really know what to say about that. Hopefully we survive and next season can be a nice easy glide into a 12th place finish once the 49ers have taken over and strengthened us a little bit. Yusuf is saying, speaking of yellow cards, Ayling versus Barnes could be tricky. I reckon Christensen would come on at some stage. Yeah, I reckon that'd be a pretty safe bet, Yusuf, to be honest. I think at some point he probably will come on, Christensen, because like you say, if Ayling's already on a yellow card, you worry, don't you, about him getting a second. Rodrigo just trying to close down Everson, but Everson's sent his ball over the halfway line and Ayling's won it and headed it into Harrison's feet, and Harrison's tried to backheel it down the line, but nobody was there, so I don't know who that was for. Samare now with the ball. Out wide to Castagna on the right back position. Castagna back into Fass. Come on, Leeds. We really need to hang on to this because if we can get 3 points here, it's absolutely massive. Joe Mark saying essential Leeds don't concede in these next 10 minutes, which would be just like us to do. And I would estimate that we probably will concede in the next 10 minutes. But if we don't, we give ourselves a lot better of an opportunity. Looked like McKennie may have handballed it in our own box there, but his hands were down by his side, so hopefully not. Only a few people shouted for it, I think, but hopefully it's too late for them to call it back now because it's gone out for a throw-in and it's going to be in a separate phase of play. Ayling now to take the throw-in then. Ayling's been pushed back a little bit because he walked for too far to take his throw-in. Two more likes, people. If two of you haven't liked the stream yet, please whack that like button now and get us up to 60. Nice round number. Ayling now with the ball, plays it down the line to Harrison, or Rodrigo actually. Then McKennie, and then McKennie tries to play it forward to Bamford, but it's gone to Soyuncu, who plays it back to Everson, and Everson sent it along. Yes, we've hit 60 likes, thank you. Rocker with a good little touch there. Then Bamford just still keeps hold of the ball. And it's gone all the way to a Leicester player. Firpo is all the way up in the striker position, so he needs to get back. And he actually has it. He's made the tackle. Well done, Firpo. Great ball from McKennie. Bamford tries to have a shot. McKennie is on it today. He's so much better. That's what we want to see from him. We want consistency. Rob saying, as we learned against Liverpool, you can't go back very far in the play to look at handballs. Yeah. That is actually a really good ball from McKennie. And Bamford tries to take the shot early. No, it's not. It's a good tackle. Talking about Firpo's tackle there on Iheanacho. Firpo got the ball. Paul Hopesmith saying, do you think a second goal for Leeds will be enough for us? I do, because I think not only will it really help us mentally, it'll... Rodrigo! In the box! Shoots! Comes off Soyuncu. Now McKennie shoots and it's deflected away by Samare. Oof. Rodrigo just couldn't take the shot there. He needed to take it earlier. Yeah, I think not only does it help us mentally go in a second goal in front, but I think it demoralises Leicester. I think it crushes them if we score a second. Rodrigo heads it and it's going towards the back post and it's just gone over the bar. But Leeds are looking more threatening. He should have shot earlier, Rodrigo, with that chance he had before. He should have gone for the near post with his weak foot. Samari completely missed the ball and it just dropped it. Soyuncu does well there, though. Just watching that replay back of Rodrigo's chance, Soyuncu did really well to stand him up and not dive in when he went for the first sort of fake shot. Come on, Leeds. We're piling on the pressure, but Leicester have now got the ball back. Wout Faes has the ball. Now Castagna. Somerville making him go back to his defenders again. I was having a little bit of a panic before because my camera had the overheating sign on it, so I had to open the window as fast as possible and hopefully it was cooled down before it turned off, and we managed it. So I'm now sat in the middle of what month is it? End of April with a window wide open. Rodrigo's just been brought down. It's going to be a yellow card for Samare there, right on the halfway line. Joe Mark saying Leeds need to score while on top. Agreed. If we don't take our opportunities when they come, then that's when you get punished, isn't it? I suspect Rob saying I suspect McKennie's ego may have been bruised a little bit by the battering, and he has been coping from all the fans of late. He's American after all. Maybe he is getting a bit of a battering on social media, but I think if I was a footballer and I was getting battered, I think I would just not go on social media for a week or two. Some of the criticism obviously wasn't valid. It's nothing to do with him being him playing badly was nothing to do with him being American, and also they're saying he's fat and stuff, which, I mean, he's slightly bigger than your average footballer, but he wouldn't be playing in the Premier League if he was actually fat, would he? So I think that was uncalled for, what they were saying about him like that. But Rocker just makes a foul on Maddison here, and now Rocker's going to get a yellow card. We've got so many players with yellow cards now. Yusuf saying, been impressed with Somerville's defensive game today. Yeah, he's been getting back a lot more, hasn't he? And maybe that's what he's been asked to do. Vanilla Coffee saying, when is Nonto coming on? I would like to think Rodrigo will be coming off. Well, I wouldn't like to think Rodrigo will be coming off because I think Rodrigo's great, but because of his yellow card, I think he needs to come off at some point so he doesn't get sent off, and that's maybe when Nonto gets his chance. K Bowen said he'd like to see them play box to box week in, week out. 53 minutes in here then. Ailing with a throw in. Ailing throws it down the line to Rodrigo, who flicks it on. Bamford's pulled down there by Soyuncu, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds just inside the Leeds half. Rob saying he doesn't have a traditional footballer's body shape, but he's not fat. You saw that early when Samare used his elbow to fend him off. He needs an elbow to account for his size. Yeah, he is what you call it, isn't he? He's a big lad, and he's strong, and sometimes you need that in the midfield for him to bully the opposition players, and that can be used to his advantage. But I think it's being used at the moment as a stick to beat him with, which isn't great. Yusuf saying excellent from Bamford. Rodrigo and Rocker's legs have gone. Can't do 2 games so soon after a 72-hour break. Yeah, it is quite a lot to ask from some of our players who you probably think aren't that fit. Some of them because they have come back from injury, but Rocker should be fit by now. The thing is with Rocker, I think he's just slow. And I think it makes him look like he's always out of breath, but I think he genuinely is just slow. Cooper really didn't need to slide for that, and he's put us in a bit of danger. Somebody should have given him a shout. John Knox saying we really need to get a second goal, missed some great opportunities to get it. Absolutely. That Rodrigo chance was a good chance if he'd have just taken it early on his weak foot. But there will be some more chances for us. Ailing up against Barnes here, and he's done well to fend him off. Now Harrison. Harrison tries to clear it, and it's only been deflected, and now it's gone back to Soyuncu. Leicester have the ball here. Bit of decent possession. Yeah, Firpo's been okay today, but he just needs to make sure he doesn't get caught too high up the pitch. James Maddison now tries to clip a ball through, but it hit Robin Koch on the back of the head and then headed away by McKennie, but only to Castagna, and Leicester keep up the pressure down the line from Tielemans, and Somerville does really well to put a tackle in there. Maddison now with the ball, looking for options in quite a deep position. Giving it to Samare now. Samare now looking for options, and Leeds are playing quite well here at just blocking the options and making Leicester have to go backwards or sideways. Now Tielemans picks it up in a deep position. Leeds doing well to keep the ball just in front of the whole team. Now Tete with it. Jacob Ramage saying, not the biggest fan of Leeds, he's a Hull City fan, but who's your manager? Javi Gracia. He was the one that managed Watford to the FA Cup final, and he did pretty well with them in the league as well. When they had like Delafeu and Roberto Pereira and stuff. Oh, the ball's just dribbled through everybody, and it's still in. It's still in. And Barnes nearly curls it in the top corner. Leeds stopped playing then because they thought the ball had gone out of play. Tielemans gets the ball here, plays it into Castagna. Castagna curled it into the box. It went through everyone. Little flick from Fast, went to the far. Oh, it did go out. Yeah, the hold of the ball did go out then. Or maybe it was a little bit like the Mitoma one against Germany in the World Cup, where it was like a millimetre in, because his watch would have said, wouldn't it? Nice big chorus of marching on together. To be fair, the Mitoma one against Germany in the World Cup looked miles out, and it was actually still in by a hair. Leicester are having a real period of sustained dominance now, and Leeds need to really ride this out and not concede. Tete now with the ball. Tete up against Firpo. Firpo's slipped. Now Maddison puts it, and that's going to be a goal kick or a corner. Somerville again doing his defensive responsibilities. The camera angle made it look out, but I wouldn't want to chance it. No, definitely not. You should play to the whistle, shouldn't you? And then if they score, then call for it to say that it went out. But just play to the whistle. It's the oldest rule in football. Headed away, the corner headed away there by Leeds, but Tielemans tries to play it back outside to Tete, and he's kicked it straight into touch, which will give Leeds a much needed chance to get a breather and to get their heads back on this, because we have been under pressure for quite a while now. I feel like I should move this down slightly. There we go. Feel like that might have been a handball they were claiming for there after that throw-in. Now Maddison. Rocker done well there. And cleared by Firpo, but it's been a bit of a dodgy deflection, and eventually Meslier is able to claim that one. Just need to compete hard, win every 1v1 battle all over the pitch. Yeah, absolutely. We need to show a bit of spirit and a bit of fight, don't we, to win this game, because we're 1-0 up. It's in our hands. The ball's in our court. We really need to fight for this win, because we need it badly. Maddison tries to play a ball through here. Iheanacho one-on-one with Cooper, and Cooper's brought him down there. It's a free kick right on the edge of the box, right in James Maddison territory. And now Cooper's got a yellow card as well. Honestly, Leeds have got so many yellow cards now. I don't think Cooper couldn't have maybe known unless he got a shout from Robin Koch, but he maybe could have just shielded that and had Firpo and Koch come in and make the tackle, but instead he's given away a free kick in a really dangerous position. Joe Mark saying another gift for Leicester City. Free kick from Maddison. Oh, I worry about this one. Jacob Ramage saying thoughts on Hull City. That Jared Bowen kid's pretty good, isn't he? Someone will snap him up soon. Probably a Premier League side. Somerville lies down behind the wall. It might be too close, fingers crossed. Hits the wall. Thank God for that. It hit the wall and gone out for a corner, but it hit the wall. Whoop. The wall has done its job. One of the oldest cliches. Hits the wall. The wall's done its job. Absolutely has. Tete with the cross in. Leeds have managed to flick it away here, but it's only gone out to Tete, the corner taker. And Firpo's had to clear it out for a throw in here. Yeah, Jacob, I was only joking, mate. I don't really pay attention to the Championship anymore, so I don't really know what the current crack is down there other than Burnley running away with it. I think Firpo and Tete are having a little tete-a-tete, ironically, there. Yeah, no, Jacob, I was only kidding, mate. Firpo sends one long then into Bamford's feet. Oh, into his chest, sorry. Now Bamford's trying to hold it up, but he's been brought down by Soyuncu. He's on a yellow card, and he's just brought someone down on a counter-attack. Second yellow. Much. Second yellow, please. Ruben Neves has scored a penalty in the 90+3 minute in that game. Rocker with a chance then to clip this one long into the box. If he's not already on a yellow, that's a yellow. Exactly, Yusuf. And it shouldn't come into consideration, should it, whether he's already on one. Rocker slips as he takes that free kick, but it actually worked out pretty well as Cooper headed it back across the box, but Everson was able to collect with ease. Yeah, sorry about that, Jacob. I said it like completely deadpan and then carried on talking about other stuff, so I didn't say it was a joke at first. Fast now with the ball into Tielemans, back to Fast. Leeds need to get another goal here, I think, because Leeds need to get another goal because Leicester are a dangerous team. I know they're down here with us, but they've got a goal in them. They've got some really good players in there. Rob saying Rasmus warming up, take your blood pressure medication now. Yes, like you said before, Rob, we always thought that once Ayling had got a yellow card, you'd probably be seeing Christensen at some point, just so we don't go down to 10 men, or we lose Ayling for another game with a suspension. So you'll probably be seeing some other substitutions based on yellow cards as well, especially with this crunch time of the season. Now Tielemans tries to clip it in, and Firpo gets his body in the way, and it's gone out for another Leicester City corner. Firpo's played well today, I think. He's done really well in there against Tete. Tete then with the corner. Comes towards the far post, headed by Soyuncu. Then Meslier punches away and Harrison flicks on, and it's actually going to be offside. Meslier still worries me a little bit on claiming crosses. Wolves 2-0 up against Palace. Aston Villa 1-0 up against Fulham. Leeds 1-0 up against Leicester. Come on, Leeds. We've got also important games for us. Liverpool, West Ham and Forest against Brighton. I think that's on Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember what it said then, but this midweek, Forest against Brighton is the big one. We really need Brighton to do us a favour there. Excuse me. Joe Mark saying need to change. Actually, I'll go for Rob's comment first because it was first on the thing. Leicester are much better than their place on the ladder. I think they'll be safe regardless this year. Yeah, I think they've got the quality to, don't they? But it's whether they can actually. The thing is, teams have gone down in the past with a lot of quality, haven't they? So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to make it. I mean, look at the Leeds team that got relegated. We had some great players. Joe Mark saying need to change momentum ASAP now. Willie Nonto must come on. Javi's bad at making subs as he reads each game too late. Absolutely is what we were saying on the final word the other day, that he reacts to what the other manager does rather than being proactive and making his subs. I think he needs to bring on Willie Nonto now. The Leeds corners cleared there, but Leeds have got the ball back with Firpo near the halfway line. Firpo tries to clip it forward down the line to Ayling. Now it's Cooper. Cooper gives the ball to Somerville. Somerville up against Tielemans, and he's won a free kick there. Well done, Somerville. That's exactly what you want. Tielemans has got a yellow card. There's been so many yellow cards in this game. Paul Hope Smith saying time to make some subs. Yeah, I think Harrison had a really good impact on that first half, but he's not seen any action really in this second half, and so I think that's probably a good time to bring on Nonto for Harrison. And maybe hopefully Rodrigo's clever enough not to get himself sent off, but maybe a Ruter for Rodrigo. Harrison now with a chance to get this free kick in the box. Harrison whips one in, flicks over everybody. McKennie sends it into Rosed. I mean, imagine if he'd hit that like the Ducara one against Forest in the Championship. Imagine if he'd hit that like that. I think I'd have been out the window. Oh, that is not what I wanted. So Rodrigo is coming off, but it's for Aronson. I don't see Aronson affecting a game. If he comes on and scores, I will eat my words, but I just don't see him affecting a game particularly. So Aronson on and Rodders off. In a moment, they might. It looks like Leicester are going to bring on Daka and Vardy in a second, so bringing on the strikers. Defensive move, hoping Aronson will put pressure on their back line. Hopefully Aronson gets himself a goal or something, because he really needs it, doesn't he? Ayling with a throw in then on the halfway line. Decides to go backwards towards Robin Koch. Robin Koch clips it forward down the line towards Bamford. And Bamford somehow... It came off the Leicester player there, but the linesmans give it to Leicester as a throw-in. Tom saying Aronson will fall 16 times. Nice little flick from Bamford. Now Aronson tries to cut back. Does really well there. And he loses the ball. Come on, Aronson. Fight for it then. Good lad. Oh, it's been given as a free kick. There's no way that's a free kick. An assist would be enough. Yeah, an assist would be enough as well. Yeah, Crazy saying how we're playing. It's a mixed bag. The first half, I think we were probably just edged it in terms of being the better side, but it was pretty even in this half. Leicester have been pretty dominant, but we've been decent defensively, keeping them out, and we've had a few little chances to get forward ourselves. Too many touches. Yeah, he should have just got the ball in the box, shouldn't he? He should have just tried to clip it to the back post. Aronson will be defensive, depressing impact. Not depressing, a defensive pressing impact. Sorry, let me just make these substitutions. Daka and Vardy for Harvey Barnes, which can only be a good thing for us. Who was the other player that came off? Was it Tete? Somebody let me know. Somebody let me know if Tete was the other player that just went off. I feel like it was, but... Yeah, Rob's saying Barnes off. Excellent. Yeah, exactly. He's always a thorn in our side. Yes, Tete, thank you for that confirmation. Just so I can put the subs on the screen so everybody can see. There we go. Thoughts on Aronson? Yeah, I like Aronson. I got his name on the back of my the away shirt, but I just think he needs to bulk up a little bit. He just goes down too easily. He's good at pressing. He works hard. You can't fault him for that. He tries his hardest, but at times he is a bit too frightened to carry the ball, and other times he takes too many touches. It's just inexperience. He needs to get a little bit more Premier League experience, and he needs to put a little bit of timber on as well. If you're American, that means like bulk up a little bit over the summer, maybe over the pre-season. Get him on a diet plan, get a bit of beef on him, and then maybe he will be become the player that we thought we were signing. But at the moment, he's not had as much of an impact as he really should have done this season, considering how much money we paid for him. Yusuf saying maybe the second year we'll see him come good. Yeah, that's what I was saying about the pre-season and all that sort of stuff. John Knox saying Aronson, bull in a china shop, like McKennie, but except not as strong. Yeah, and he is good at... Mellier's just absolutely fluffed his goal kick, but Firpo's done kind of all right there. Tielemans, giving it back to Castagna for the throw-in, his Belgian compatriot. Now Samare, he's going to give it out to Christiansen, not to be confused with Christensen. Daka inside to Iheanacho. Iheanacho shoots. Meslier saves. Meslier saves again. Oh my God. I think that... Was that offside? But... Yeah, I think it was offside, but bloody hell, Meslier. Yeah, I think he was just offside, but... Excellent. Yeah, I didn't know if you know if sometimes, yeah, because he couldn't see where that ball was coming from the first one, and then he saves the second one with his chest just by being there. Tom saying, "Lol, I'm American but not dense." Yeah, so I didn't mean to insult your intelligence. I just didn't know whether it's a English colloquialism to say to put some timber on means to like bulk up. Because you never know, do you? Sometimes we say weird things that don't make any sense to people from other countries. And Rob saying that's where Meslier excels. Great shot stopper. Yeah, and I totally agree with you there. Like I was talking about before about Ben Foster talking about Meslier. They were talking about how they're great shot stoppers and reflex keepers, like Kepa as well. But you wouldn't trust them as much to come out for a corner or a free kick. Which I think is totally fair comment. Leeds fans watching on nervously. Soyuncu comes out and makes that header that goes all the way back to Ayling. Now Robin Koch gets tackled after a loose pass from Ayling. Now Leicester have the ball back, and now the ball with Yuri Tielemans. Tielemans into Maddison's feet. Firpo's sort of playing in midfield now. Good save from Meslier. Another good save from Meslier. Jesus. Rocker's not really playing badly. I think Rocker's been decent, but... Oh, Aronson's just brought down Maddison in a really good defending position. A very good attacking position for them. I'm so nervous now. It's a big old dive there from Maddison. A big old stinky dive. But that doesn't matter now because Leicester have a free kick. Oh, Mellier's got a big red mark here where he got whacked in the face. Well, he got whacked in the chest and neck by that power rebound. If Paul's saying about giving Klaassen a run out, I might give Robles one. Ball into the box. Faz tries to do a bicycle kick and it goes all the way over the bar. Decent for us. Decent. Actually, I'm crossing. You can see my fingers. I'm not getting my toes out on stream. You have to pay extra for that. But I am crossing my toes as well. You can trust me. Yeah, Faz has just absolutely booted that over the bar. Third or fourth dive already from Maddison. Quality player, but it's so embarrassing, shameful stuff from a grown man. Yeah, Alex, it's modern football, isn't it? And it's shit to have to watch it. But sometimes when you have somebody in a team who can do that for you, we'd probably like it if we had someone in our team who was winning us free kicks in dangerous positions. Not that we'd ever score any of them, but you probably wouldn't mind it if it was on your team, would you? And I suppose that's just modern football, which is a bit shit. Christiansen tried to play the ball out there for Leicester, and Harrison was able to get a foot in. Harrison's trying to say that throw-in should have been from much further back, and Christiansen's taking it from miles in front. Is taking it from miles in front, and then Ayling's pretended to be pushed in the back there. That was so obvious. No wonder the ref never gave it. He's trying to just press here. Ball's gone all the way back to Everson, who's going to take a touch, get out of his feet, and then send it long. The only other keepers at the moment are Van der Heuvel. Rocker's taken a bash there from Tielemans. Come on, give him a second yellow then, ref. That was studs up on his shin, so... Yeah, I think he got studs up there on the top of Rocker's knee, and I think Tielemans being already on a yellow card. If he wasn't on a yellow card, someone said it before. If they weren't on a yellow card, that would have been a yellow card, and that definitely applies to what Tielemans just did to Rocker there. He could have been code. All that trouble came from Ayling losing possession and giving the ball away to Leicester. Yeah, a lot of our problems, John, have come from people just giving the ball away, just sloppy stuff. Harrison with absolute pillow feet there. What a touch that is. He's out on the right wing and then gives it away to Samare. And then Samare is being forced back towards his own goal. And it's going to be a goal kick there after Harrison tries to slide in. Joe Mark saying, can't believe Javi is not giving Nonto minutes. If Leicester turn this round, Javi will not get away with this. The thing is, he will get away with it, but we need to bring him on. I think maybe Harrison is the one that would come off. Harrison's working hard and he's battling, but you just feel Nonto's got that extra little bit of star power. Alex is saying twice now Leicester's could and probably should have had second yellows. You can feel it coming though. First Leeds player on a yellow to make a foul will be off. Absolutely. It's almost a given, isn't it, that'll happen. Ayling tried to flick it through and Christiansen's able to clear it. Then Cooper heads it all the way back up for a Leicester throw. 12 minutes to hold on then, plus whatever's added on. So we really need to... If we can get a second goal now, then there's chances of them scoring 2 in 10 minutes go down significantly. Oh, Maddison's through. 1-1. It's Jamie Vardy. We're just not good enough, are we? What? It's 1-1 and that one's not going to be ruled out. You dive in, and then he's definitely onside. And then Vardy's onside as well. It's definitely a goal. Bring on Nonto. Why do we not play Nonto? Vardy's first in 6 months in the league. Yeah, Rob, everybody we bring on will be shaky at the back unless you had Verba on the bench, and we don't, so... Iheanacho's coming off. Can't say that hasn't been coming, but I'm gutted. Yeah, absolutely. Another goal against us from a guy who's done nothing all season. Yeah, absolutely. Bottled it. Leeds are always going to concede. Can't do clean sheets. Absolutely. I agree with all three of the last comments. We're just shit, aren't we? We've been better, but we're still not good enough. Aronson does well there. Gives it back to McKennie. Now McKennie with a nice little outside of the foot pass into Luke Ayling. Luke Ayling up against Patson Daka. Luke Ayling's won a throw in there for Leeds in quite a good position. Come on, if we can get another goal now, you've got to feel like it's enough. It's offside. Still puts us above Leicester. Still keeps us above Leicester on 30 points. Our goal difference really still isn't that horrendous compared to some of the other teams around us. We're still the second best in the bottom 5. Oh, they're in again. 2-1. It's been given offside. It's been given offside, but that was 2-1 to Leicester. They didn't need to leave their feet, just tired players lunging in, but the issue is we cannot bring anybody else on because we have no depth. Do we risk Nonto now? I think we have to. We have to, don't we? Yeah, he's offside. Vardy's well offside there. Thank God for that. He's off. We're so lucky to get away with that. You look like a bird, Jamie Vardy. You look like an absolute bird. As in an actual, like, pigeon. The thing is, this just keeps us in purgatory, doesn't it? Because we just don't know. We just don't know where we stand if it's just a point. Then we go to Bournemouth needing 3 when we already were going to Bournemouth needing 3, but now it gets even more desperate. Oh, Rocker's just passed it straight to them, and now Tielemans is able to give it into Castagna, who can spread the play outside the other wing, where Pratt's giving it back to Fars. Yeah, Nonto needs to come on. He's our only player who really gives us a threat, other than Sinistera, who obviously went off injured. Firpo with a good challenge there. We can't sack our manager with 5 games left. It's just too late now. You have to stick with this manager. Because who's going to keep us up? Michael Skubala, because he's shown that he's not got that experience yet. He's not good enough. Somerville now with the ball up against Castagna. Keep the ball in, Somerville. Cooper now flicks it down the line. Everson's able to pick that up. Alexis Santana, I'm not crying, you're crying. This is just unbelievable. It's just Leeds all over, isn't it? It is just Leeds all over. We're just panicking and hoofing it from the back now. Harrison does really well there to get his body in against Christiansen. And Harrison comes out. We had the ball. I really don't understand why Javi wouldn't respond. Rob's saying, I can understand weathering the storm and when Vardy came on, but that was 15 minutes ago. Yeah, but like he's been bringing on Nonto for like 5-10 minutes at the end of games anyway, but we haven't had any threat for the last half an hour, so why? Thing is, Gracia is not helped by the playing staff as well. It comes from mistakes, a lot of our goals, which is the player's responsibility to not make those mistakes. We've lost the ball. Why are we trying to play that little interplay there when we could easily just get counter-attacked? Talk to each other. Harrison. Now to Aronson. Aronson goes back to Ayling again. Leeds fans are really getting on the backs of the players now to try and get forward. Now McKennie. Now cleared long by Soyuncu all the way to the halfway line where Robin Koch's going to have the throw in. The thing is, everybody's saying about the manager, it's not just the manager, is it? It's the players. Like, how long are we going to have to blame managers before the players take some sort of responsibility for how bad they're playing and the mistakes they make? Like that, Cooper's just... I mean, we've managed to get the ball, but Cooper gave it straight to their defenders. And again, Rocker tries to play a long ball out to the opposite wing when he could just keep it simple and hit somebody's feet that's a lot nearer to him. Now Ayling with the ball into Harrison. Harrison again. He's taken on his men. He gets the ball into the box and Somerville's waiting at the back post, but Castagna's just there before him. Now Ayling. Ayling shoots. Deflected over the bar. Leeds have got a corner. Whew. Alexis saying on the bright side, thanks for the live commentary on this channel of the community. Hope we score one ASAP. Yes, thank you very much, Alexis. Yeah. We've got a good community of people going here, and they'll all be a lot happier if we score another goal and win this game. 88th minute now. Championship generation run the club. Coaches have... Hold on. Ball coming in from Harrison. Oh my God! Harrison with the second ball into the box. Now Ayling. Ayling into Rocker. Rocker into Aronson. Aronson into the box. Saved again by the keeper. Ah! What a save. Who was that got that header? Rocker. It hit the keeper in the face and then cleared by Christiansen right on the line. Oh my God. Harrison with another corner then. It's beat the first man. Back post! Ah! Bamford. Patrick Bamford. I'm sorry. That's why he doesn't use his right foot. That moment there, he wasn't. I don't think he wasn't offside. It'll be Ayling, the captain. He wasn't offside there, Bamford. There was another player playing him on. That miss from Bamford there could send us down. Oh, yeah, sorry. Cooper's on the pitch, isn't he? Good shout, Dash. Cooper's on the pitch, so he's captain. 5 added minutes then. I'm going to start these so everybody can see. Firpo did well there, but the ball's bounced back and Rock has just cleared it into touch. Jesus Christ. Right, the timer's lined up for the 5 minutes. Jesus Christ, we need to be better than this. This is horrendous. This is just hell. Vardy was offside then, thank God, but he was in again. Oh, God. Yeah, Vardy was offside, and I don't think he would have got there if he was onside. Jesus Christ, I can't believe that miss. What hope do you have when you have a striker and lead man that misses that? Yeah, I mean, Jesus absolutely wept. What was that? Well done from Somerville there. Thing is, Bamford will go and probably put one in the top corner from 25 yards out now. Ah, Bamford! He's given the ball away to Castagna and he's kept, well, Pratt, and he's kept it in. He was offside anyway. Jesus Christ. Honestly. Yeah, Nonto scores that. 3 minutes left then of the injury time. Firpo sends it long, straight into Samare. And now Leicester have the ball back again, this time with Maddison. Good tackle there from Firpo. Leicester just not even turning around there, ready to receive the throw-in. Like they might be playing out for the draw. Somerville does well there, defensive responsibilities as well, and clips it down the line. Aronson does well there, but he's tackled. But now McKennie plays a ball down the line to Patrick Bamford. Patrick Bamford's in the corner here up against Wout Faes. He needs options. Gives it inside to Mark Rocker. Mark Rocker loses the ball, but Bamford's now got it. Bamford now trying to get into the box. He just sort of tried to bundle his way through everyone there. Now Maddison looking for a way to get that ball forward, and Aronson ends up body checking him. Can't believe that Aronson managed to knock somebody over there, and he didn't manage to fall over himself. Soyuncu then to take this free kick from the halfway line. 1 minute and 10 seconds left of injury time. Soyuncu plays it out wide. Harrison wins the header, but it's gone straight to Daka. Ayling's going to have to try and win this ball. Now Christensen tries to get it into the box. It's gone to Vardy. Vardy's got the ball in the box. Now with Daka. Daka's handballed it, I think, there, but Leicester have got it on the edge of the box. And it's bouncing round everyone. Get rid of it. Rocker manages to clear. Dash just said we need somebody... we need somebody who is running in behind, maybe some Italian wonder kid. If only we had one. If only we had one. 30 seconds left. This could have so easily been 3 points for us. Corner comes in. Headed away by Robin Koch. Good header from Robin Koch. Ball back out with James Maddison, the corner taker. Ayling coming up against him. Ayling's on a yellow card here, but he's done really well and shielded it out for a Leeds goal kick. That's it. Full time. We just don't know where we stand now. This was one of the games that we had to win. This is one of the games that we just had to win. Rob's saying we just refuse to do it the easy way, don't we? Yeah. You're welcome, Yusuf, for the watch along. Yeah. God. Can't say I'm devastated, but can't say I'm pleased. 2 points dropped. Yeah, I think the general sentiment is that we could have won that. We could have won that game. We probably should have won that game, but a point. We've played better, but a point is a step in the right direction. Is all I can say really. And realistically, Javi should have brought on Nonto at some point. He really should have brought on Nonto at some point. But as it stands, Leeds stays 16th in the table. Let's have a look at the Premier League table now. So Leeds stay 16th. We go into 30. We've broke the 30-point mark at last. And when we go and play Bournemouth on Sunday, if they don't pick any points up midweek, we could go level on points with them. Although they are up against Southampton, so that's a big game. Hopefully they beat Southampton, actually. I don't know. It's so tough to know where we stand with it all. Yeah, there are positives. God. Just reading everybody's comments now. I can't believe that we didn't bring on Nonto in the end. But we got a point. We got a point in the end, and it's not over yet. It is absolutely not over yet. We still have a little bit of time. We still have that Bournemouth game on Sunday. I'm just going to turn that off because I don't want to listen to Robbie Savage pretend he knows what football is. But yes, thank you everybody for joining me. I will be live again for the Bournemouth game on Sunday, so join me for another roller coaster of emotions, and hopefully not another depressing night. But like I say, thanks for joining me. Thanks for making it bearable by keeping a good chat going. We've got a good community of people on here now, and I really enjoy doing these streams. Hopefully, I would enjoy them more if we actually won some. If we actually won some games. So hopefully, we start with winning against Bournemouth on Sunday, and then on to the last 4 games, which are the really tough ones. So thanks for joining me. Thanks everybody who commented and contributed throughout to keep the conversation going, and I'll see you next time on Leeds Lately.